Alright, hello YouTube, this is Abbey. So this week I'm going to demonstrate to you the Waves Kramer and J37 and the difference between them. And as you might have heard, J37 is the new plugin by Waves, which is their new tape simulation. But they also have the Kramer tape that many people had before. So this video is mainly about if you already have Kramer tape, should you buy the J37? So that is the main question. First start, the J37 is much more versatile plugin than Kramer tape. Okay, so since you are watching this video, I am assuming you already know how to use the Kramer tape, but let's go through it real quick. So here we have the speed options, 7.5 IPS and 15 IPS, as we do in J37, where we have the 7.5 and 15 IPS here. And here we have the bias, here's the nominal, and here's the over bias. And in J37 we have the nominal bias here and then two different over biases here. And here we have the input and output volume. So this is the input, this is the output, and here's the link to it. And we have the same thing here. So here's the input volume, and here's the link. Alright, and here we have the wow and flutter as one knob. Here we have the wow here, and the flutter here is 4 knobs, so you can be precise about it. And here we have the amount of background noise. Same thing here, noise level. Here we have the saturation, which is kind of like the flux in Kramer tape, which is this here. It works a bit differently, but the principle is exactly the same. In J37 we have 3 different tape modes, and we have 3 different model tracks. So one in the beginning of the tape, one closer to the end, and here's one with combination of both sounds. So you just have to try which one you like better. So if you are a tweak head, this plugin is definitely more for you. But if you don't want to tweak and you just want to get things done fast and quick, and you already have Kramer tape, you might want to still check it out if you like how this sounds better. Anyway, what I have here is a quick mix. You might have heard the song before. It's my song called New York, New York. It has that amount of tracks, but I just comped the tracks so that they are grouped together. So here's the drums, bass, guitars, clean guitars, distorted guitars, percussions and synths, and vocals. And here's the reverb. And let's quickly listen to the clip, how it sounds. It's been such a long time. New York, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York. It's been such a long time passing by. Did I never even wrote you a letter? So where you left behind? Oh no, no, no. It has been a long time. Please take the wings and fly, so I can see you again in New York, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York. It's been such a long time. New York, New York, New York, New York. It's been such a long time. Anyway, so here's the track that we are working with. Let's first listen to the drums in solo and listen what we can do with both of the tape saturation plugins. Okay, as we can hear in context, the reverb is kind of loud, but in the mix it was quite nice. First, let's open the J37 and let's set it to the setup B, so we are at like clean settings. Okay, so let's first set the output input volume to 0 and output volume to maximum, so saturation plugin shouldn't be doing much. Let's press play. So as we can hear, we can really saturate it and get it to distort a lot if you want, and we can get it to be really clean. So let's set it back to nominal settings. So let's see what the speed knob does first. Okay, it at least changes something in the stereo field. I think it cuts out like a bit on the high end. I think that's what made me think it changed something in the stereo field. So let's test out the bias. Yeah, as we can hear that it gets from slightly saturated to really saturated quite easily. So let's quickly test out these 3 different formulas. Okay, I think this one has a bit more low end, so I think I'll keep this. Alright, let's move on to the next. So let's try Kramer tape on the same thing. So let's do the same thing, set up B, and let's put the record level to 0 and flux to max, so minimum distortion and nominal bias. Yeah, so basically the flux works exactly kind of like the saturation works in the J37. So in my opinion, I like the Kramer tape more on these drums, but because this is only on the drum bus, the situation could change if I would put them on separate channels. So let's move on to the bass. As we can hear, the bass is already kind of distorted, like from the amp sound already. So it doesn't necessarily need this kind of saturation that the plugin delivers. So let's try the Kramer tape. This is hard one, they are so similar. So I think I'll just keep the J37 here. So next, let's move on to the clean guitars or semi-distorted guitars. As we can hear, the saturation here sounds different than the saturation coming from just the input gain. So let's listen to that again. So here's just the saturation. And here is just the input volume. Okay, so let's try which one. I want it to like slightly distort from something so that it gets a little bit of breakup, because otherwise it's a bit maybe too clean. Okay, let's try it out. I prefer the tonality on the 888 just a bit more. It's very subtle difference, but you can still hear it. So it's unsubtle enough. This seems kind of just perfect in my opinion. So let's try the Kramer. Okay, this one is easily the J37. This grain is a bit too grainy for me on the semi-distorted guitars. So let's move on to the distorted guitars that are on the chorus. Okay, just as a notice, the guitars here are recorded with pedals. So what I want from this is that they saturate so that they sound like they were recorded through like a real amp. So let's see how we can do that. it's almost there where I want it to be. Let me try to tweak it just a bit more. I think it's 95% there, so I'll just stop. I think I really like this, so let's try the Kramer. It's just a hair too brittle to my taste, so this one also goes to a J37. Okay, so let's listen to the track so far, and I'll put these so that they are, so that I'll bypass them and sell it. And so let's see if we did damage or if we did good. Okay, I think I added a bit too much saturation on the drum, so I'll just turn it down just a hair. But yeah, now I think it really glues so much better than before. So, let's move on to the vocals. Let's solo the vocals. Alright, and let's move on. It's been such a long time. New York, New York. New York, New York. It's been such a long time passing by. Did I ever, never even wrote you a letter? So where you left behind? Oh no, no, no. It has big wings and fly, so I can see you again in New York, New York. New York, New York. This part is supposed to be a bit saturated. New York, New York. It's been such a long time. New York, New York. New York, New York. New York, New York. Such a long time. It's been such a long time. New York, New York. New York, New York. New York, New York. It's been such a long time passing by. Did I ever, never even wrote you a letter? So where you left behind? Okay, let's in context, because it sounds very saturated right now. It's been such a long time. New York, New York. New York, New York. New York, New York. It's been such a long time passing by. Did I ever, never wrote you a letter? Okay, so let's try to Kramer tape. It's been such a long time. New York, New York. New York, New York. New York, New York. It's been such a long time passing by. Did I ever, never even wrote you a letter? So where you left behind? Oh no, it has been a long time. Please take the wings and fly, so I can see you again in New York, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York. It's been such a long time. New York, New York, New York, New York. It's been such a long time. I don't know, I really like the J37 more on this one, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, so let's listen to this setup. Shalom, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York. It's been such a long time passing by. Did I ever, never even wrote you a letter? So what you left behind? Oh no, it has been. Okay, so overall, they both are really great. Boo. So you need to get them both if you in general like to tweak your settings more, I really suggest that you get the J37. But if you want to get things like saturated, fast and quick, just get the Kramer tape. They have both their good sides, and I actually didn't use these on percussions yet, but there actually wasn't any percussions on this spot of the song. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick demonstration. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I make new videos every week. Thank you for watching and make good music.